Hi, what we're going to do in this lesson, I've swapped guitars as you can see, I'm onto the electric. We're going to look at some of the things in this first checklist. As I said, it takes quite a few months to work through this. We want to try and get you through it as quickly as possible, but in this lesson all we want to do is just get started on some of the things. First thing we're going to do is picking. Picking, remember, is always the first thing that you want to do whenever you sit down and practice. With every lesson I start with picking. It's always the first place to start because picking, as you can see, is paramount to everything that we do. So if we constantly develop this right hand, then the left hand will keep up pace with it without a problem. Okay, so let's have a look. We initially did this exercise. This is the main one that we've been looking at, down, up, down, up. So what I want to do today, if we're looking here, what we're aiming for is just to be steady on all exercises 1 to 5 at 100 beats per minute. So really what you want to do is just do a different exercise each week. So then just focus totally on one exercise for a full week. And then once you've done all 5, then we can start to rotate them a bit more. So let's have a look at the second exercise instead. So where we're going to be picking down on the 6th string and up on the 5th. So I'll come up a bit closer for you. So down on the 6th and up on the 5th. So just get started on that for me. So what we'll do is we'll set the metronome. Now if you don't have the metronome in front of you, just go to metronomeonline.com if you've got a computer, or if you've got a handy metronome, even better. And we're just going to start at 60. So you're going to be going down, up, down, up, down on the 6th, up on the 5th. Remember to brace. Okay, so make sure you do that for a couple of minutes before you start anything else. And so what I'm doing here is I'm actually taking you through a practice session, the kind of thing that you need to do, and that's what this is about, is drilling you into what to do every day in your practice session. So you can watch this video again and do the same thing over and over again for a week and keep getting this down. So that's the picking. So like I said, spend a few minutes on that. Just pause the video now, spend 5 minutes doing just the picking. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the chords. We already learnt the C chord, we've got the D7, we've got the basic one-finger chords. The one-finger chords are really only to introduce you. We rarely play one-finger chords. They're not part of your everyday guitar playing. So what I want you to really do is work through these, the C to the D7 chord. Practice going from the C. I'll come up a bit closer so you can see my hand. And we'll just go through the drill again. So first finger on the 2nd string there, second finger on the 4th string, and third finger up on the 3rd string. And remember to reverse it, so you 3, 2, 1 as well, and get used to that. You can practice this where you go 1, 2, 3, hammering the fingers down, and then 3, 2, 1 in reverse. Don't expect it obviously to come as easily as that. Just keep going slowly. Really take your time to put your fingers into the right places. And remember, it takes months to develop this. But if you do it right, you get it right now, then in the months to come, it'll really come together. So we're really going to spend the remainder of this lesson, this portion of the lesson, the middle portion of this lesson, just working on chords. So what we want to do is we want to develop this C to the D7 chord. So if you see the first finger there, it doesn't change. So the D7 is the 1, first finger, second finger there, and third finger on the 1st string. So whereas the C is the first finger there, as you can see the same, second, third. So we're not changing that first finger. So it doesn't really have anything to do much here because it's just going to be anchored in there the whole time. So, but what we need to do is look at what the second finger does. The second finger moves from the 4th string down a string. So practice holding your first finger in place and then putting your second finger there on the 4th string and then moving it to the 3rd string. So 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string. Just practice doing what I'm doing there. You can see that I'm hammering. Hammering most things is a really good exercise because it strengthens the finger and it helps you to know whether or not you're really getting the note. If you can play the guitar like a piano, so you're hammering down on every note, that's when you really get to know the guitar. That's the way to get that happening. If you can play like here, if you hear that, for instance, I'm not playing the notes with I'm not picking every note. I'm hammering those notes, and that way I'm strengthening the fingers, and I know that I'm getting each note accurately. So that's what you want to be doing. You want to be hammering on notes all the time to build up that strength and build up the accuracy. So again, let's come back. So we've got that there. So practice that exercise first. Then once you've done that for a little while, and if you want to pause the video now and just do that for a little bit, moving between those two. Then we're going to move to the 3rd finger, so still keeping your first finger anchored in there. And in the case of the 3rd finger, it starts here for the C, and then for the D7, it's going to come right down to the 1st string. So you're going from the 5th string, 3rd fret, down to the 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd fret. So it's a big jump. So that's where the hardest work is for this chord change, and that's why. If it's harder, you want to practice a little bit more, spend a little bit more time on just that chord. That finger. That's it. Okay, so we're going from this C chord here to the D7 chord. Again, let's break it down. First finger anchored in there. Second finger from the 3rd string to the 4th string. That's it. And then 3rd finger from the 5th string to the 1st. Now if you're a beginner, of course, don't go as fast as I'm going. Go really slowly. Learn to get it accurate to where it into place. Even just softly put it into place like that first before you try the hammering. Get the accuracy is what you're aiming for here, because you want to develop that early. If you can develop that early, then your chords are going to sound much better. See, when I play chords, because I spend the time to really get them accurate, every chord that I go to, I can hammer into those chords and the fingers go instantly to where they're supposed to go to. So, and that's because I had to spend time on each and every chord and each and every finger within that chord to really detail the chord. Okay, so once you've got that, you can change the 2nd and the 3rd. You've got that change in there. Then try doing it without the anchor. So no first finger. Try going. So you're going from that 2nd finger there to there. So, and just for those who want to get another quick look at what I'm doing the other side of my hand, you can see my thumb is nicely positioned there, straight. So I've got the 2nd finger coming down. Now if you've got any questions on any of this, just either put them on the bottom of this video, comment on the video, or send me an email. Okay, and then the 3rd finger, this is the big one, going from there down to the 1st fret there, trying to get in close to the fret. Right, so once you've done that, then what you want to do is try and do the 2 fingers, the 2nd and the 3rd, together, without the 1st finger anchored as well. going really slowly. And then, of course, finally, there to there, doing the whole chord. And you can anchor your first finger back in there. And try and do it without the anchor, so you go 3. When I say without the anchor, that means take all the fingers off and then go to the D7. All the fingers off, go to the C. So that's what you want to do. You want to practice getting that C and D7 chord for this week. That's your chord practice for this week. We'll move on to the last part of the lesson in the next video. Thank you.